the bright side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear us advertise on the program, head over to brightsideben.com, take a look at our shopping cart, or go to criticalhealthnews.com or pharmacistben.com and take a look at our shopping cart. You can also join the Brightside Ben team right off the website, pharmacistben.com, brightsideben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And, of course, you're always welcome to call the phone team at 866-735-2470 if you want to talk to somebody personally. I always like talking to people rather than just going right to the web. But either way, 866-735-2470 if you want to have a real live human being to talk to, or if you don't, you can go over to brightsideben.com or criticalhealthnews.com or pharmacistben.com and sign up right on the website, or purchase any of the products right off the web. Okay, if you're interested in getting the power of nitrates and nitrites into your system, there's lots of ways to do it. Nitrates and nitrites are ergogenically appropriate. They're the latest craze, if you will, for athletes, high-powered athletes, bike racers, bicycle racers, and Olympic athletes, etc., drinking celery juice and beet juice. Beet juice is a little high in sugar. It's super tasty, of course, but it can be a little bit high in sugar. So if you're diabetic or you tend towards diabetes, you might want to use something like celery juice or spinach juice, both of which are also good sources of nitrates. Even though ergogenic research is the science of performance enhancing is designed to help athletes do things, athletes run faster and jump higher, we all benefit from ergogenically appropriate nutrition. That is, nutrition for performance enhancing, heart health, circulatory health, the health of the blood vessels, and also the movement of blood. All of these are ways that all of these are important for athletic performance, but they're important for all of us. Heart health, brain health, muscle development, bone development. Obviously, these are interests to athletes, but they're relevant for all of us, especially if we're older, especially if we're in a nursing home, especially if we're post-surgery, especially if we're dealing with degenerative health issues. I always, when people call me up and they've got some kind of degenerative health crisis, or something has been falling apart in their body for a while, or if they're older, I always say, we're going to make you into a bodybuilder. We're going to make you into a high-powered athlete. Now, of course, we're not going to really do that, but it's all about bodybuilding. And the same strategies that are important for bodybuilders who are perhaps getting paid or winning trophies or prizes for bodybuilding, the same kind of strategies apply to all of us, because we're all bodybuilding. We all should be bodybuilding. We all should be anabolic. Remember, the body is always in either breakdown mode, net, or build-up mode, net. Sure, there's parts breaking down and there's parts building up simultaneously, but net, we're either net anabolic, net building, anabolic means building, or we're net catabolic, net breaking down. If you're degenerative, if you're older, if you got a health problem, chances are you're net catabolic, net breakdown. If you're Arnold Schwarzenegger or whoever the latest champion bodybuilder is, you're net anabolic. Well, that's what we all want to be, net anabolic. No, we don't have to be all ripped and have huge muscles, but we want to be net in building mode. And anything an athlete is doing is probably going to be in our interest in this regard, especially if we're older, especially if you're in a nursing home. Nursing homes are almost designed to get people catabolic. Nursing homes are designed to get people to have their bodies breaking down. That's why they feed them the way they do. I used to work in nursing homes as a pharmacist. They're horrible places. And they don't have to be. I don't have to feed them Jell-O and cornbread and put them on prescription drugs, put the patients on prescription drugs. I'll never forget being a young pharmacy intern working in nursing homes and just being blown away by the amount of medications that older folks are taking in nursing homes. These people are already sick, already compromised, already breaking down. And now we've got to put more medication into their system. You guys, listen. You know, there's side effects to medications, and we talk about these all the time, and that's pretty obvious. But what gets missed is the fact that not only do prescription drugs not work, but they put a major burden on the body, aside from the side effects. They keep the body from building. And this is above and beyond the toxicity and the adverse reaction and the side effects. They're just poisons in the body, and they create a load on the body. And that's why I'm not a big believer in detoxification formulas. I know there's a lot of detox formulas out there, and I'm very skeptical about them, because if you're detoxing, that means you're already probably toxic, and now you put more stuff into your system that your body has to process. What organ do you think has to process your detox formula if it's an herbal formula? Your liver. And that's the same organ that's supposed to be detoxified. Does that make any sense to anybody? To put more stuff in your body for your body to detoxify in the interest of detoxification? It just doesn't compute. Anyway, Building the body, whether you're an athlete or an old person or a young person or a sick person or a regular person, is of primary importance, going anabolic. If you're interested in using the power of nitrates and nitrates to go anabolic, think veggies. Veggies, veggies, veggies. Arugula, probably the king of nitrates, along with spinach and beets, and celery juice. Manufacturers actually use celery juice for their nitrate-free products. It's interesting how via its nitrate content, spinach and lettuce and green leafy vegetables, arugula, beets, celery, when done correctly, it's kind of interesting how these kinds of foods actually have anabolic properties, building properties. I remember my dad, when I was growing up, he would call lettuce rabbit food. He'd say, I don't want any of that rabbit food. And that's what a lot of people think. Lettuce and arugula, green leafies are rabbit food. Well, via this understanding of nitrates, it now makes sense why you can be strong and buff and have big muscles and be very healthy and vital by being a vegetarian. Now, I know I'm not a big believer in vegetarianism because of the growth factors that are found in eggs and dairy. But aside from those growth factors, you can get powerful nitrogen, anabolic, pro-building components by being a vegetarian. You got to do it more carefully, and you got to focus on nitrate-rich foods, but it can still be done. Nitrates, of course, are, in addition to being a source of nitrogen for building, they're also a source of nitric oxide. And this is so important and underappreciated. Nitric oxide is a circulatory supporting nutrient. Nitric oxide deficiencies are very common. You want to boost nitric oxide, eat your veggies, spinach, arugula, kale, etc. All right, got a few more things to say. I'm going to actually talk about beet juice tomorrow. The latest craze that hit the nutrition world and the athlete world. We'll talk about that tomorrow, and then we will talk a little bit about using nitrates and nitrites for high blood pressure, for hypertension. We'll do that tomorrow, and probably for the next couple of days, and then we'll talk about some nutritional supplements, real nutrients that you can use to boost nitric oxide. That'll be in the coming days as we continue discussing nitrates, nitric oxide, nitrogen in general, on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Charlie in Texas, welcome to the bright side.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. What's up?
I had a diagnostic heart cath, and I've got too much sludge in my coronary arteries. Do you have any changes?
Yes, you got sludge. Where does sludge come from? It comes
I guess it's part of it comes from your diet.
Yes, it does. It comes from stuff that's leaking into the blood through the digestive system, and sugar compounds that. So hang tight, Charlie. You got to take a break. We'll answer your question when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. If you're on hold, we'll get to you when we come back from our break as well. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're coming back at you with more good health information right after this. Don't go away.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. Blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Good people need help. The Homeowners Association said we had weeds and fined us $25. We told them they had the wrong house. They said if we didn't pay it, they'd file a lien. Our attorney demanded photographs, witnesses, and told them if they couldn't provide this, they must cease and desist. Issue solved. Worry less and live more with lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com or call 855-340-SAVE. That's 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 200-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE. 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
You pick up the receiver with your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead. You finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at GCNlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at GCNlive.com. Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. Charlie in Texas with the sludgy arteries. Charlie, are you there, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so here's the deal. 2 reasons why blood becomes sludgy. 2 main reasons. Well, there's 3 really, but 2 main reasons: digestive problems, stuff leaking into the bloodstream through the digestive tract, leaky gut syndrome, etc. This is very common, and also sugar. So the first thing you want to do always is focus on digestive health. There's also a very important relationship between bile and the cardiovascular system. So making sure that you're absorbing fats and using fat absorption supplements. One of the most important is probiotics. I'd be on if you're not already, get yourself on the Biolumin Nightly Essence or some kind of good probiotic supplement, and don't skimp. It also would help you, if you know you have digestive issues, it would also help you to look for foods that link to those digestive problems. And if you don't know you have digestive problems, that doesn't mean you don't have them. It just means you don't know you have them. And it's always in your interest to find them. In my experience, almost 30 years of experience and thousands of patients that I've worked with, I've never seen somebody who has a cardiovascular issue and doesn't have a long-term cardiovascular.
I had a complete, what do you call it? Let's see, it's gallbladder disease
You had your gallbladder removed?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, that's all linked. It's all connected. Any physician who takes out your gallbladder is not understanding how the system works. You can't take an organ out and not have repercussions. Now, if you have cancer or something, you have to have